Alright, so welcome back. Right now I'm going to show you how to set up your trigger. Basically, you're going to do this at every event. You're just going to want to make sure before you put that topper on, which is going to be the next video, that your trigger actually works. So there's two parts to this trigger. This is the Pixel Pro, so the signal release box is going to be inside the booth, and then you're going to be holding this at your event. You're going to want to click the power button on each of these until you see channel 1 pop up. So you're going to click and hold until right around there. And now channel 1 is showing on that screen. I don't know if you can see it real well. So you're going to do that for that. You're also going to do that for the remote that you're going to be holding at your event. So now that's on channel 1 as well. It's going to say CH01. So first we're going to take our little trigger box itself, the signal release, and we're going to plug it into our Zebra black and white 3.5mm aux cord. So just plug it in, let it rest inside the booth. The other end of that aux cord is going to be plugged into the input port of the Esper box closest to me right now, which is the one that's kind of sticking out. This Esper box right here. It's in the underside of the Esper box and on the far right side, so the side closest to the power strip. And you're just basically looking for the input slot port, and you're just going to plug it in there. And once you do, you're going to go and you're going to click this trigger right here, which join me up top, and I'll go through what you are looking for when you're clicking this trigger button. Alright, so now that you are up here, what you're doing is you're going to be pushing this button down halfway until you watch and see all of these LCD screens flash between the settings and the black screen right there. So the reason why you do that is because you're checking to see if the camera is being recognized by all the trigger boxes down below. And you don't want to click the button all the way. That's just taking a picture. The effectiveness of this is just quickly look down the line to see that all 11 cameras are flashing. And in my case, it seems as though all 11 cameras are flashing back and forth. So I would be good to go to put the chopper on, which is going to be the next video. So what happens when one of these screens does not flash? That means it's not being recognized by your trigger box. The way to fix that is by going down below and ensuring that all the trigger cords that are going into the trigger box are plugged in nice and snug into each of its ports. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to go double check to see that all of my cords have indeed been plugged in correctly. So now that I've plugged in all of my cords, I've checked to see that they were all flush with the trigger box and all the way in. It turned out that one of my cords in the closest trigger box to me was actually loose, and let's see this work. So there you go. Now all 11 of my cameras are good and flashing. So again, I am making them flash by clicking halfway down on this trigger release button. And you would then go and put to the next video in order to see how to put the topper onto this booth right here.